This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, hi guys. Are you able to hear my voice?
Yeah, hi, yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Very good. I guess everyone.
Good morning, madam. This is Ariva.
Yes, yes. Who is this?
Ariva, madam.
Ariva. Good morning. Good morning, Ariva. I think you are a newcomer, right?
Yes, yes. Today I tried. Yes, today. Already I attended session class, madam. Already demonstration I attended. I myself will never come.
Oh, okay, okay. No problem, sir. You can go through. Only one session was completed. Go through even that
Yes,
video
yes,
as well. So that.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
madam. Yes, I will do.
Okay. Perfect, sir. Perfect. Thank you. Thanks everyone for joining in time. How about Visalakshi? Visalakshi, you're from
Yeah,
US or
I'm from Canada.
Canada? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, okay. Yeah. So please share your details with. Yeah, actually, yesterday your email address and mobile was not found to contact you, so that our people has bit struggle. So please try to give the details. Okay. Our
Okay.
people will be pinging you. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Perfect. Perfect. So, chalo then. I don't want to waste much of your time. Mm, okay. So how about the things? Everybody has installed that. I guess everybody has installed. Yesterday we have completed that AnyPoint platform installation, right? So now today we'll start with the basic example. Okay, today we will start with the basic example and we'll discuss what exactly it is. Okay, so let me go to the what we have developed morning session. Some project yesterday we have created. Yes, this is a project which we have created. Okay, now in the last class we have discussed about the type of installations and how it goes interview, what type of questions will come into the picture, so how we have to answer for those questions for this particular on this particular topic we have discussed, right? Now coming to the next thing, so this is only installation part we have completed. This is session after demo. This is the session 1, right? And today in session 2 we will be discussing about basic sample. So core components we have seen. So the people who has not gone through it, please go through the session, okay, so that you will be clear. Our people will share it. Today we'll understand the concept. That no point like you will not be understanding. Why? Because this is the first class only on demo. Okay, fine. So as soon as we create any mule project, as soon as we are creating any mule project, in the mule project we can see many folders are getting created. Okay, so that is one is like mule morning hello.xml. This is a main file. If you see that we have a donkey icon. Okay, what is that donkey icon indicates? That donkey icon, it indicates a history. Actually it indicates like people used to do donkey work before integration. What is the mule idea is like, before integration has started, before this product was released, for doing integration people used to do donkey work. All the stuff we have to do, all the coding we have to write, all we have to integrate all the modules through like through programming language only we have to do all this stuff. He felt like it is a donkey work. Okay, so that is the reason he released that. So in order to remove that donkey work, he released the icon as a donkey. Okay, so that is the history of this donkey icon. Okay, so this is the main file, and in the main file we could see message flow, global elements, configuration, XML. Okay, and along with that flows we can see the Java thing, we can see the resources, we can see test Java, munit, and we have many JDK libraries. Okay, so why these JDK libraries? If you open this JDK libraries, when after creating a project, you will be finding so many jars. So actually these jars, JDK8, I told you, right, before installing our AnyPoint Studio, we need to have JDK8. Why? Because this Anypoint Studio was built at the backend. This tool was built using Java. Okay, it appears like it appears like a Eclipse. Okay, this tool was developed anyhow. See, Java is the core heart for any tool, for creating any tool, and that is a master. We know that any kind of tool will be created using Java only. So it depends on version, on which version they are writing the code for building the tool. It depends on that. So this was built on the latest version called JDK8. So that is the reason those jars, in order to support this tool, all these jars are there. Okay, this is Java library. And coming to the mule server, as we discussed, like any Jetty server, this is Jetty server, right? Jetty server is a local region. In order to support this server, in order to support the Jetty server, all these libraries were there, internal servers. So the people who are practicing, for them it is very easy to deploy in the tool itself. So it is this, I mean, this fellow has made life bit easy when compared to the other integration tools. If I compare with the other tools like Kipco or like Delbumi or like Oracle Sova, so definitely we have to integrate. Why? Because I have worked in different servers, right? So on different technologies I have worked. What I have keenly observed is, like, for creating a runtime, we have to do separate installation, and even for practicing also, it is something like, it is like a 2 hours installation it will go. So that problem also he was avoided. For practicing people, it has he made the life very easy. And one more thing, see, this is practically for learning people. Even in the real time even in the real time system as well, definitely when you are creating any project, definitely you will be doing inside your VDI, right? VDI, definitely VDI will be given. We will not work the client's project directly on our local machines. Definitely there will be some tool in order to connect it to their remote desktops, right? So in their desktop only, if the server is there, means even this Jetty server works even there as well. So for doing, even for real time project, we can deploy those applications in our Jetty, in the Jetty server, and we can test it. So from here, we cannot, from our Anypoint Studio, it is our system, it is our local IP address. From here, we may not connect to the server which is running on US. But if we run the same Anypoint Studio in the VDI in the sense in the client machine, it is local. That machine is local to server, right? So at that time, even the Jetty server also works. Even in real-time cases also, sometimes we will be using Jetty server. It is not only specific, but it depends where we are running that server. Okay, sometimes people may confuse in the interview, they will be confusing you. So in the, see, yes, Jetty server you are saying was, so Jetty server is only, you need to say like, it will not be for example, JDE service they have given for invocation. JDE is a target system, that URL is given, you have configured a flow, you have deployed that flow in the Jetty server. Will it work in this Jetty server? That type of questions, indirectly scenario questions people will ask. So at that time, definitely, if it is local to any system, it is not only in this technology, any technology, if our studio or any our things which are running local to the server, means it will work. This question is generic question, to be frank. Okay, it will work. If it is from our office, from our without VDI, means definitely it will not work. That type of answer you have to give. People definitely will confuse, especially 2 to 3 years. If you are climbing this type of questions, people will be confusing you. You should not confuse. Okay, so it works. So, and remaining thing is like target. So whatever the jar, see, after deploy, while during the deployment, the whole thing will be bundled. So here we have created one flow, we have deployed it, all that will be bundled into a jar. That jar will be stored here. So for every folder, it is having a specific reason. Okay, so it is a heavy tool, to be frank, it is a heavy tool. And sometimes we are forced to write some Java code, even though we don't know, right? Future, we don't know, future clients requirements we cannot say. So definitely 500 connectors they have given for connecting target systems, everything they have provided, well and good, even we are also satisfied with that. But sometimes we don't know how the client will come with the requirement. Sometimes he will be asking like different types of date formats. different types of date formats. Even the date formats that we have not, that type of function is also not available. At that time, we don't have any dependency other than creating depending on Java. So that is more customized. That is very rare case. That is very rare case. Why? Because nowadays latest integration tools, nobody is using customization. That was customization. Why? Because all the functions they have released almost complex, any complex logic we can do it. But if at all we are forced to do any customized logic, definitely we have to depend on Java only. In order to support that customized code for Java, so if we create any Java class, the type of classes, all those stuff, we will be keeping it in Java. And resources are something like during integration, we may communicate with any type of resource. It can be an XML, it can be a JSON, it can be a YAML, it can be anything, any kind of resource we will be communicating. Why? Because always source and target system, depending upon their requirement, we will be creating the formats. So those type of files will be stored inside the resources. Okay, inside resources. So that is another advantage. Okay, so for every folder, there is a specific reason. Till here, any doubts? And form.xml, this is another important. In Mule 4 only you would see this form.xml. Form.xml importance is something different. So whatever we are creating, for example, see hello underscore one underscore morning underscore one underscore hello I have created. So this is nothing but a project name, the project name, so artifact name. And while building all these properties, while I am compiling the code, all these things at that time, what type of version it is using, what is the Maven plugin it is used for compiling that code, all that information will be stored in the form.xml. And it has a very good, it is very important from the real-time perspective. Why? Because group ID, normally here we have given as, here it is by default, it is showing as Maven. But in the real time, that group ID will be our organization ID. And then Articraft ID is our project ID. So these things will change. Things will change. So normally these fellows will be asking, interview point of view, what is the importance of form.xml? Definitely it is used for compiling purpose. Especially we have to give our organization ID along with the project ID. They will answer this answer. So that is the reason they will keep on like asking whether you people have worked on real time or not. In order to test that, they will be asking you. That is the importance of form.xml. And along with that, actually I told you, right? So if deployment, if we are going with Cloud Hub deployment, if we are going with this Cloud Hub server or on-premise, whatever hybrid server, definitely while we are deploying it, some clients will ask like, hey boss, we don't want to do anything like from the scratch. I mean, deployment also we want to automate. Means what? We will be committing the code at one location, and it is the admin team's responsibility to take that jar. See, whatever the jar here we are building, that jar we will be committing in some centralized repository. From that repository, using tools, people will connect to that repository. They will take the jars and they will be deploying automatically. That is called automated deployment process. At that time, during that process, in this form.xml, the related to the tool. Why? Because we are connecting through the tool, right? Through the tool we are connecting to the centralized repository. So definitely the tool configuration details also we have to provide in the form.xml. Otherwise it will not be deployed. The process cannot be automated for automated process. So definitely some prerequisites should be there, right? So those prerequisites are there. During that automated deployment, this form.xml will be very much useful. For integrating any type of third-party tool, we have to write that properties. The documentation will be there with Mule. See, for example, what type of tool client is expecting, he will come up. That related to that tool, some properties will be there. Those properties we have to add in order to make it work. Okay, so all those changes we will be doing in pom.xml only. That is the importance of pom.xml. And Maven is exclusively for Maven. We will say, like, see, Maven version also we are giving. Maven is exclusively for exclusively. It is meant exclusively for compiling the code. Okay, this tag is meant for compiling the code. So when the things comes, like, when it should not be like we have to understand, right? So that is the reason. Just I'm giving the heads up. It is also an important file. So all our project information will contain here only. What is the version, what type of you are using, what is your company ID, what is your artifact ID. Yeah, and this snapshot will be like jar to the jar. Whatever the jar now we will create, to that it will append. It is a version. Okay, that I'll showcase. So this is the importance of this thing. And coming to this, the main flow now. Coming to the main thing, 3 tabs will be there for establishing connection, as I said in the last class. Definitely between source and target. Between source and target, source is there, my target is SAP. Example, in between I want to perform this integration, I will be having some mule flow, and this mule flow is. So first our start point is source will be sending the data, mule will receive it, process the data, and it will be sending to the SAP. That is the final thing. That is the final version which should happen. Okay, as soon as this fellow sends the data, we should be in a position to take that message. The taking of message depends on the type of the type of core activity which we are using, either a listener, DB, file, FTP. So our source can be anything from this. Okay, anything, it can be anything. It depends upon the source system requirement. If they are able to invoke URL, well and good, we will use listener. If they are not able to do it, if they want to dump their request into a database, yes, we will configure DB. So the source can be anything. The source system can be anything. For now, we will discuss about the listener. What is listener? What is its purpose? How it works in Mule? So how it helps to take the message from them. That part we will see. Yesterday we have discussed about the flow, and this is something like hello flow. Okay, hello flow. I'm giving that name. Okay, space should not be there. See, as soon as I'm giving any spaces or anything, it is displaying here itself. It is not even waiting. At the bottom only, it is displaying. It does not support spaces and commas. So our flow name always, this is one rule. Flow names should be like with no spaces. It should be. Space should not be there while you are defining your flow. Other technologies may allow, but this fellow will not allow. Okay, now it gone. We have 3 tabs. Among these 3 tabs only, everything will be done. So as I said, the source people has send some data. So that data we have to capture. So for listening it, our first fellow is listener. And this listener, I'm trying to keep. This is the start point of the flow, mule flow. As soon as a source system, it can be Siebel or whatever the source system is. If anyone has hit that our system means, first it will come over here. Okay, and this is like global icon. If you have keenly observed, you have 2 arrows. One is inwards, one is outwards. Have you observed that? 2 arrows are there. So those 2 arrows indicates it will take the message. In the process, after processing the data, whatever the result the target system is giving back, that response also it gives back to the caller. So that is the reason we have 2 arrows. One is inwards, one is outwards. It takes the data, processes the message, and whatever the target system is giving back, it again gives back. This arrow indicates like it is giving back to the source system. Okay, that is how it works. Now coming to the properties of listener, you will be seeing many types of tabs over here, right? So one is, this is the name of the activity. If you want to change the name, yes, you can change it, like track input, you can keep like track request payload. tag request payload. I can keep that. Okay. So the name will be changed from listener to track request payload. Okay. Track request payload. This is listener track request payload. So the main whatever the activity we have used, that name was just in faded format. Okay. This kind of view was there only in Mule 4 version only. In Mule 3 you cannot see. If you are changing now, this listener will not appear. The faded thing will not appear. Only this will appear. The name which is written at the bottom, that used to appear. So many of the developers are confused. Why? Because they will be they are in confused state. Sometimes what activity we are using also, it is something like it became very difficult to identify. So in Mule 4, that problem they have avoided, and the actual name they kept it in a faded thing, and whatever we are giving the custom name, that custom they are kept at bottom. That is one important point in one a noted point in Mule 4. Okay, and coming to the properties. Here, as soon as we are seeing the properties, first three basic properties we are seeing. One is display name, one is connector configuration, and another thing is path. So these three are appearing. So what is this connector configuration? What is this path? Right? First we have to understand these two. See, whenever somebody is reaching, you have deployed a parcel in Amazon. You have to get the parcel. What is the you have to get the parcel to your flat, right? So that is what. So definitely you will be giving some address, right? You will give your address. Hey boss, this is our so and so area in that so and so apartment. In that apartment, 402 or 403 is our flat number. That kind of information you will be giving on the billing address. Then only that fellow will come and he will give your parcel. In the same way, when source system is hitting our mule, even we have to provide some address now. We have to give some address, otherwise how it will come, how it reaches us. So that address information we will be giving it in the connector configuration. That is, as we are running on our local host, we will try to keep local host, and definitely when IP address is given, we have to give some port. So it is just like a main apartment address, and whatever the path here it is there, this is just like a flat address. So see, in apartment 1000 flats may be there or 100 flats may be there. Among that 100, what is your flat number? Specific flat number we have to give it, right? So your specific path you have to give. Why I am saying is, see, in one project it is not like only one flow will contain. In one project we have any number of flows. Okay, I will showcase. First let me configure this address first. Okay, so now it is this is HTTP, and I said it is a local host and 8081. Test the connection, establish the connection first. Yes, connection was established successfully. Connection. So establish a connection successfully. After giving a connection, we have to give our flat address, that is hello. So by this, we have completed our connection details. So if any request comes from source, it will come to Mule, and that first address it will take. So it will find the address, and after finding the address, now here whatever we do, whatever the process we will do, whatever the business logic implementation we will perform, all that stuff here it will start. Okay, so as I said, in one apartment many flows will be there, right? So for that, the example is I will create one more flow just for your understanding purpose. I won't do anything, just I'm dragging and dropping. It is something like greeting flow. Okay, it is greeting flow I'm creating. I can use the same apartment address. Why? Because the flat is same, right? So flat only differs, right? Another person also may book his parcel, right? See, this thing will become common, and only the flat number will be changed. So the person from the front end, if they want to reach here, they will. If they want to reach here, they will give hello address. If they want to reach to greet another flat, yes, they will be giving. So just see, only for making you understand about the importance of path, I'm telling you. So coming to the mule, it is something like in one project we can have a number of flows. That thing it is clear for you, right? For now, are you guys are having any doubts, or am I going fast?
No, it's good. Can you just show us again how to test the configuration?
Okay, it is just nothing but a just configuration in the sense. Click on this tab. Okay, here you will be having the connection, right? Here you have to general, under general, HTTP protocol. This is the one, and this is normally locally you are running your locally your Anypoint Studio is in your local system, right? So that is the reason you are giving local host. And port you can give anything. By default the port is like 8081, but default thing is 8081. If you want to run on 2 or 3 or 5, you can give any number of any port you can give. Just test the correction here. Here only the test correction button is there.
Mhm.
Okay, no need to go anywhere else. Here only it is there. Just click on that. Test correction successful. That's all. Okay, so the correction is established. Just we are see we are giving we have to give our URL to source system, right? We have to give our address to source system. Then only in their submit button they will keep this URL, right? So we are framing that URL first. Okay, we are framing the start point. Okay, are you okay?
Yeah. I'm okay. Sorry.
Perfect. Okay, fine. So that is how the thing is. Fine. Till here, are you? I think you guys are clear.
Yeah.
You guys are clear, right? Why? Because again, I will correlate with the real-time concept. That is the reason I'm asking this many times.
So I got a question.
Tell me.
I can't follow you. Could you give us a time and we can create a project and follow your step? Or for me, you're going too fast. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah. First you listen. Okay. Last 10 minutes I will give you for creating. So that first project it may hurdle you. After that you will become familiar. Okay. I will give last 15 minutes. Don't worry. Is that okay?
Yeah.
First you have to listen, right? Theory first you have to listen. That is important, right? And last 15 minutes. First 2-3 classes I will make you to do along with me for last 15 days, and later on just you will only run. After seeing the video you can create your own things. Okay. Is that okay with others?
Okay, ma'am.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. I know why, because people will be from different platforms. They may not understand, but yes. Okay, that's okay. I can understand you. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So these many flows. Now real-time question. Okay. See, discussing real-time correlating. I'm explaining here, and when I'm correlating with the real-time how it happens. It is fine, right? It is fine, right? It is. You are able to understand. You at least you are able to. It is injecting into your minds, right? Or am I confusing you?
I think we're good.
You'll get it. Without correlating, how you will assume in the real time? How? See, I am saying like I am simply saying in any, if you see in any theory classes, in any, not only other institute also, if you join, everybody will say like one project contain many flows. But what is the reason behind it? Why project is supporting that many flows? What is its use? Nobody will tell. As we have done many projects, that usage just I am correlating with what we have done in the real time project. So that I am trying to give as much knowledge as I can. Okay. See, simply now here I am saying like hello and greet. But normally in real time, what happens when a project is kicked off? Definitely everything will be divided into modules, right? That you agree? Take banking application only. Why? Because we are very much familiar and always we will be doing many bank transactions, right? Let me take the banking application only. During requirements phase, people your architect has decided in that project you have 3 modules or 4 modules, whatever. Customer module is there, account module is there, and account module, customer module, loans module, background verification module, okay, any number of modules. So if I am creating, see, inside customer, again, you are a bank person, you have opened your account, that is fine, that is nothing but creating an account, right? So in this project, in this module, we have how many requirements? Just in this module, in customer module only we will observe. You have created your account. For creating, one flow is required. With one address here, instead of hello, I will keep like create, and I will create one flow in the middleware, okay, in the mule. So this flow is for creating your account. It helps to create your account in the backend system. And coming to the next, sometimes you have after few days you want to change your mobile number, right? It is nothing but your requirement is what? Updation. So for updating the data, you require another flow, right? Am I correct? Correct or not? Do you agree?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And after that, after few days, after 2 or 3 years, you have used your account and you want to close your account. That means your account should, I mean, you want to, as a customer, you want to move off from that bank. So delete is required, right? So for if we think at 100 feet above, the project is just acts like a module name. So here I have simply, as it is a training session, just blindly I have given morning underscore one underscore hello as a project name. But in the real time case, it is nothing but a module. In that module, how many flows were there? That many flows we will be creating. That is the actual reason behind it. Okay. That is the actual behavior. So here I will create 3 projects now. One is meant for customer, one is meant for account, one is meant for loans. Inside that, how many flows the client will come in that module, how many flows he is expecting, that many flows I will create. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
You're getting right. So that is the reason.
Yeah.
That is the actual reason behind it. It is simply see, people will say simply see, if you learn like online also, people simply say like simply they will create. The reason behind it, the real time they will not correlate. Okay, that is the reason behind it. So, and coming to your interview questions on modules, normally people will ask, hey boss, I have this many. They will give the scenario, for especially the people who are claiming 2 to 3 years experience. So after requirements, what is your next phase? How is your work started? How the work will be assigned to you? So bluntly you will be creating your flows directly, or is there any analysis from your end? That kind of question, especially who are claiming 2 to 3 years, they will be asking. If I am an interviewer, I will ask the same thing. How the requirement comes to you? How you have decided why you are creating only 3 flows here? Why can't you create even account flows also? I can create here, right? All the flows in one project only I can create. Why separate projects are required? So why you have created? So for that you have to judge yourself, right? No, actually it is like depends upon the requirement. See here now it may be 3. In future the flexibility will, I mean it we have to expand that requirement, right? We don't know, in future he may come up with 100 flows. Then even one module is also not enough. We have to divide that into another sub module, and we have to, why? Because 100 flows if I am keeping in one project where I am deploying, the load will be more. What you said is correct. See here 3 flows are there, account flows 4 flows are there, loan flows 5 flows are there. In one project only I can create all of them. 5 plus 4 9, 9 plus 3, it is 11 flows I can create here. It is, there is no harm, there is no rule like we cannot use, but we have to follow some standards, mule standards. The standards are, if I am creating many flows in one project, the space will increase. And especially for mule, space criteria is there. When you are taking license, what you are saying, for one project you will be using some space like 0.1 vcore or 0.3 vcore. Okay, more than that we should not use. Why? Because legally when we are taking the license from the mule, definitely all these things will be written. If it is exceeding means, again we have to pay for it, we have to buy separately. So all that considerations we have to take. Okay, for one project less than 0.1 V, that means that will support only 5 to 6 flows, not more than that. So that is the reason each project we will try to see less than that space only we will try to build the things. That is the real funda and real fact behind the screen. Okay, that things people will be knowing who really works on real-time projects. They only know it. So you may get doubt. Okay, fine. Here only now 3 flows. Again, we have at least like 3 more flows also we can create. Okay, there's say 6 to 7 flows in one project we can create. That is, there is no harm in that. It depends on the activities which we are keeping. We can fit. But in future, the client may come in that module only. He may come with any number of flows. So at that time, again, we don't want to make it clumsy. So that space we are giving for future requirement. Are you guys clear?
Yeah, I have a question.
Hmm.
So how many flows we can create the maximum on the
in one project? As per my experience, see, nobody says in the mule documentation also, nobody says like it is like these many flows only we have to create. Why? Because while deploying, if the space is exceeding means we have to pay. That we know it. That restriction we know now. It depends upon complexity, right? So if in this first flow I'm calling web service, I'm calling REST service, I'm calling SAP service, at that time the load will be with one flow only, right? So it depends upon the project complexity and flow complexity. Depends on that we will divide roughly. In my experience, in each project, not more than 5 we have created. Default thing is like I used to create only 5 flows. And one more thing, we have another thing as well. In one configuration file you have done, but flows are increasing more. Then what you can do is like you can create another configuration file here. Another beautiful thing is you can, okay, it is becoming clumsy. You feel like it is becoming, see, confusing. Then you can create another configuration file. For example, like this. So configuration, another configuration you can create it, and you can create the flows over there. So maximum, to be frank, I used to create only 5 flows, not more than that in one thing. And again in another configuration I used to create, if any new requirements are coming, those flows I will keep it over here. So per file it impacts. Per file it is like 5. If it is exceeding in one module only, if you are having 15 flows, then you can divide that into 3 configuration files and 555 we can create. Then it is something easy, right? It will be easy. The address will not change. The beautiful thing here is you have increased the configuration file, but even though you have increased the configuration file, the same address connection you can use it. Whatever the address connection, the HTTP listener, what is the apartment address is there, that never change. The only change will be flat address. That is nothing but a flat path will be changed. Hope I answered your question.
Yeah. I have another question. It was Tommy. So let's say
Tommy, tell me.
we finished one project, or we're done one project, then we're going to create the other project. Okay, we get another mission. So let's skip this the one we done a project. Let's skip here and how to create another new project from here.
Okay, so you're asking like you want to split the project, right?
Yeah. For example, we were done one project. We finished already. So we're going to create
that is fine.
One from the same page.
No. Same page, only configuration files you can increase. Not project alone will not. The home address, everything will not change. Only what you can do is like configuration files you can increase and you can dump it. We cannot create like sub project. Sub flows we can create. Sub project we cannot create. Project inside project is not possible. Only one project for one module. That's all.
What I'm saying, let's say there is only here morning one Hello project, right? Is this a project name?
Yes.
So let's create another project like Apple or something. Let's say the name Apple. And how do we create as a new?
Okay. You're asking new project. No, it is new only enough. Go to file, go to new meal project. That's all.
I got it. So, thanks.
Use the name. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Let's go to our content back. Okay. So that is reason, and that is the reason behind the modules and how many flows we have to create those things. And here in the modules, that type of interview questions they may ask. Okay, till here we have completed. Now, how about I am saying like, see, now we have to understand these tabs now. What does this tabs indicates? Global elements is nothing but global elements always maintains the connection details. For example, see, this is apartment address we are giving, that it is here it is we are tracking. And coming to the other thing, if you are interacting with any database, your target system is database. If you are giving that database connections, that connection, the database connection details also will come here. That means whatever to whom we are connecting, all those connection details always will be maintained in the global elements. The name global indicates like it can be shared across all the flows, it can be shared across the configuration files. Okay, once you have created in this example, you have created the database flow. In this flow, the connection create here, and that connection we can use anywhere in any flow we can use anywhere. That means connection details create once, use many times. The best example is HTTP only. See, I have created only once, but in this flow also I have used it. Only the thing is like the path I have changed. And in another configuration also, if I create another flow, see, I will try to create the another flow as well. Here also I will create one more flow. Even that flow also uses that HTTP. This fellow also will use it. So that means connection details can create once and we can reuse across. That is the use of global elements. Okay, see, here it is, and automatically the HTTP listener configuration is there. I'm saying like config2. This is config2. Just normally I'm giving the name config2. So see, automatically. So if you see the global elements in this file, you will not find. Why? Because whatever you have created in the previous file, in these global elements, whatever you have created, this thing is the only getting shared across all the files. That is a beautiful thing. Okay. Are you clear on these global elements? You are fine, right?
Yeah, so it only shows in the morning1_hello XML because that is the one you created first.
Yes, it is shared across. Okay.
Yeah, share across, but like when you click on the global element tab, it only shows for the morning1_hello. Is that because that is the one you created first?
Yes. So this connection we have created once, we are using across the project. So any connection, it is not only HTTP, any connection if you are creating in any of the flow, it will be shared. It will be shared across the project. So that is one good thing. That is the importance of global elements. And coming to the configuration file, what is its importance? So whatever here you are creating, everything will be written in the form of XML in the configuration file. So if you keenly observe, if I create any plain project, only mule tab will be there. All these are we have just dragged and dropped. See, this listener configuration. This is listener configuration. So by seeing, even though the people who does not know about the XML, they can understand normally. See, first we have dragged and dropped listener. That listener is there. That listener, only listener connection. This is connection details. 8081 path nowhere mentioned. Path will came into picture. Here we have created two flows, right? So the flow is this one, and here it is indicating the path, hello path, and this is flow to greeting flow, and you are able to see the path. So whatever here we are doing in the tool, it is just writing in the form of XML in the configuration XML. Now what I will try to do, for each and every flow we have a doc ID. Separate doc ID will be created for each and every flow. This is nothing but a unique ID. We should not, we will not doing anything but just observe it, what it is trying to write, along with the flow name, along with the listener details, along with whatever we have done, all the stuff. Along with that, the only extra thing what it is doing is a doc ID is separately getting created. For each flow, internally it is giving a code. Only that extra thing it is happening. Other than that, remaining stuff, whatever there we are doing, that only you can see. If you want to change the name, see, greeting is there now. I will write hello greeting here. Here I will write. Then I'll just save it. I'll go back to the message flow. Automatically that will be reflected. See. So whatever Whatever here we are doing, it is reflecting in configuration file, and in the configuration file, whatever you are changing, that it is getting reflected in the tool. So it is just like a what I should say, image to another self. Whatever here we will do, that in the form of XMLs here you will be seeing, in the form of activities you will be seeing. That is the importance. Okay. And coming to the listener properties. Now till now we have discussed many things. 3 tabs we have discussed. Now I will discuss general. This is fine. And MIME type. What is MIME type? MIME type is nothing but, see, I am saying like the person will hit the source system will hit our mule thing. Okay. Okay, he will fit. But what kind of data is he sending? See, our mule flow should not be in a position like whatever the raw data they are sending, it should not take. There should be some restriction, right? Otherwise, see, this is for us. It is only one flow. After deployment, 100 users may be accessing our URL, right? Think like banking application only. 100 customers are creating their accounts, but while creating the account, what type of message they are sending? What kind of data they are sending? That restriction we have to keep to our flow, right? That restriction is nothing but whether they are sending any Java, they are sending the request is in the form of JSON, or the request is in the form of XML. So what type of data they are sending from the front end system? Front UI is there. You have filled all the text boxes. You clicked on submit button. After clicking the submit button, all these details, will it be a text file for us? Will it be an XML file, or will it be a JSON file? Right? That information we have to give with the MIME type. MIME type indicates like what type of data we are going to receive. Okay, are you guys clear? I guess you are clear. Sometimes the UI will be .NET. At that time, what will happen? This encoding we have to give. Why? Because .NET or some specific technologies are there. For them, without giving encoding values, we cannot take the data. So for that kind of, if you are coming across that type of search systems means encoding, they only will share you what encoding type you have to keep. That encoding we will be keeping it. The ISO we know, right? Encoding in the sense for it is ISO Latin, or what kind of encoding the technology has, that we will try to keep. Okay, that is another thing. And redelivery. What is redelivery? See, what is redelivery? What is a redelivery policy? That also we have to understand. What happens is like in real time, okay, I have created in my process, I am connecting to my, somehow I have kept some activities in my process, and at last I have kept SAP system, SAP connector I have kept. Somehow the SAP system was down. SAP system was down. See, ours is real time project. Once if we see like system is down, immediately we should not send the message like the system is down. That kind of message immediately to the source system we should not send. At least we have to try to connect to redeliver this message. We have taken the message from source system. The system is somehow something has happened. It was like it was down. As a middleware broker, we are trying. Just first time we will connect. Okay, the exception. The still it is not up. Second time we have connected. Second time we are trying to redeliver the request. It is also not happening. Third time there may be a chance like SAP people have fixed the issue, and the SAP system is up and running, right? At that time when we are resending the message, it will process, right? Am I correct? So
Yeah.
that redelivery we are giving, redelivery in any, not only here, in any middleware tool, either in SOA also, in OSB, in TIPCO, anywhere, at least minimum 3 trials we will be doing as a whoever who is working on middleware. Definitely with one attempt we will not send the message to the source system. Definitely minimum 3 times we will try. In why? Because there may be a chance the system may be up and it will be processed. Sometimes that is the reason when you are booking something, we will be a bit surprised. See, it is revolving, still it is revolving. The Google is still revolving. Revolving in the sense it is nothing but
Are you there?
Abraham, can you continue with the presentation, please, until he come back? Thanks. Can't someone represent until he come back?
Okay, sorry. Actually, oh, I pressed mute, so it went on mute. Okay, sorry for it. I'm just speaking on mute. Somehow my finger went there. Okay, fine. So retrying the message after some time, the system may be up and we can process it. Even we also that type of thing usually we also see normally in our daily life. That is nothing but just it is retrying. For that, the configuration we will be whether the maximum count will be 5 or 3. That whatever the technical experts decide, that number we will keep. Responses. What is responses? It is nothing but a payload response. Okay, payload response. See what is payload, what exactly its importance I will explain you, but this is nothing but, as I said, listener will be always taking the message and it gives back the response. What kind of response it is? If it is happy path response, that happy path response it will give. If it is an error exception, that error exception they will give. So this flow, if it is like happy path success, okay, account created successfully, if that is the message, it will give as a response. If the error is there, the error description it will give. So it is completely a listener responsibility to process it, to send it, or either sending an error exception or happy path exception. It is completely here. We will configure what here it will be there by default. Already it is configured. If we want, like if I want to try, if you want instead of description, some source people may be asking like to send some other message, then we will be configuring explicitly. Okay, we will write whatever we want to populate, so that we can do it. Okay, but for now, understanding purpose, just try to understand this. That is about responses. And coming to the advanced is nothing but how much message we are getting, how much message, how much kb we are receiving. Okay, how much kb input data. Why? Because see, if they are sending 10 GB data, our flow should have the capability na, whether it can able to take that much message or not. It should have that capability. We should see, right? Here I have configured 512. Unfortunately, the user is sending 1 GB. Then how my flow will take when the default value is 512, right? So that is the reason whether we have to keep it in GB or during the requirements phase. uh, Business we will speak, hey boss, what is your business, how much message you are sending, what is its what will be the size, all this during requirements phase, all these things will be decided. Okay, depending on that property we will be setting. So finally, as a developer, we should know like how much data, how much kb it is. Okay, that is the thing. And it is something metadata. Now I don't want to confuse with metadata. Metadata is something like structure. Some people will be giving only XML. We have to create structure out of it. So that thing, when I'm doing sample examples, that time I will teach what exactly it is. Okay, for now forget about this. Okay, and finally nodes. What is the nodes? Okay, this flow is meant for what? For your purpose. Okay, this flow is for creating the customer account, the type of just we can say like comments section, right? Comment section, here you can write. And help, this is one of the beautiful thing. Help is something like related to listener, you want to know more. Then what happens is like see, if I click on this help, if you click on help, if you click on this listener, if you click on this listener, it will go to the documentation, wheel documentation about the listener, whatever I told. More than that, if you want to know it, just click on this. More on the, for every activity, this help will be there. Related to that activity, whatever the documentation is required, that documentation is here. Are you guys clear till here? Right?
Yes, clear.
Yes. Yeah. Now I'll just give like, okay, this is about the listener. This much is there. See, only one activity is there, but inside that activity, this much information we have to take care, what to fill, what to not fill, depending upon our requirement. We have to do the stuff. Okay. So normally, just hello world I want to print. I'll just keep it like set payload. So this is one of the activity which can be used for keeping some constant values. Just hello world I want to print. Okay, what is this fx? I will tell you. See, without fx, just I will, without fx, observe one thing. Okay, if I am clicking fx, it is in orange color. If I am not clicking this fx, it is a normal string. Okay, now what is that fx importance? What is the fx is called? Why that fx is important? I will tell you. But first, I will just normally I want to just display a message like welcome to mail. Just that thing I want to display it. Okay, just I'm saving it. Okay, just I'm saving that, and I will run. So why? Because basic example I told you that I will be creating, right? Just I will run. See here, run is there. Okay, just run it. Here only the project will run. Populate your console. Okay, save it. See, the project will be deployed. See here, snapshot. Have you observed the snapshot? Snapshot in the message. That snapshot is nothing but from pom.xml we are getting. Oh, why it is failed? Okay, flow is not complete. Okay. The DB we have kept empty flows, right? So that is the reason it is doing. Let me remove those. Okay, parallelly you guys also can start. Okay, I'm removing all the empty flows. If empty flows are there, again it will not do it. So I have deleted that. Okay, just create. I'm just redeploying. Let me stop my server. I'm deleting DB operations as well. Why? Because nothing, only configuration we kept. So we have to implement something, otherwise it will not allow. Okay, if you are writing, if you are dragging and dropping, means that flow we have to complete. This is another thing. Just to see, my small things only will come to know. Again I am deploying. See, for terminating, use here the red button will be there. You can terminate there and you can run it. Now I have just deployed. All these are initializing, everything it is going. Okay, this is deployed. See, now it is success. After seeing this message, we will understand like this is successfully deployed. Okay, so coming to after deployment, see at the top, snapshot, the version name, it will be embedded somewhere in this. Here you will find that the jar also created that underscore snapshot. You can find that. Just Control F, and if you search now, then you will find it, the jar name. Okay, it is not a clustered environment. Everything, if you keenly observe, see, everything will be there. See, jar, morning jar. The version will also will append it. Yeah, that we will find. That is not a problem. These many among these messages that in the pom.xml, whatever this to that jar, it will be appended. Actually, this thing will be appended. This thing you can find. Okay, that is what I'm trying to showcase. That's fine. Among that messages, if you search, definitely will get. That is for sure. Okay. First, let me go to this thing. This is the flow. Now for testing our mule, see everything output of mule is always a REST service, that we know it. But definitely even we need some tool, right, for testing REST services. We require tool for testing REST services. The tool is nothing but a Postman. Okay. Either Postman you can use or ARC, Advanced REST Client. Anything is fine. I have installed Postman. Okay. I have Postman on my system. So this is the Postman icon. Directly in Google, if you go and if you click like download of Postman means you will get. You just install. It is a open source only. You don't need to buy anything. If you go to Google, Control T, and just make like download Postman for Windows 32 or for Windows 64 na. Download of Postman for Windows. What is your operating system? Try to give that operating system. And here from the first page only you will get. You can download it from here directly. Okay, after downloading you will get that item. Directly you open it. Directly it will open. No separate next is required. Okay, so the UI will be like this. And here I will give, see, this is my apartment address. Okay, I will teach these methods. For now, don't confuse. Just keep this method and try to keep hello. Okay, if you send whatever we have kept in the set payload, that value we will get, and this value will go to source system. Okay, that is the importance of this listener. So whatever here you will, this is processing of logic. Normally I kept only one thing. See here in my flow, I can call REST service, I can call web service, I can call DB, I can call SAP. So in my flow, as the flow increases, that will happen. Just hello world, just one version I have given so that we can deploy in this way, we can test in this way. That version I have given. Are you guys clear at this till this point? In the next class, I will tell the importance of FX and how it is useful in real time when we practically do some connectors and those stuff. Definitely we will understand that. And what is the payload? The next concept is like what exactly the payload is, what is the importance of attributes, how it will be useful in real times, how it is. You see, when normal thing is there, why people have introduced FX, what is the importance of that FX, we will discuss. Okay, if you have understood the people who are having AnyPoint Studio, first project, as Abraham said, you want to create, right? You can create it. Now if you are facing any issue, I'm here to sort it out. Okay, so I'm giving 10 minutes of time. You can do it. People who has that, you can do it. People, I think new joinees may not have. I don't know. Ariva, have you installed it? I think you are. This is the first class. I think by next class you do all the stuff. If you are facing any issue,
Yes.
I'll definitely help you out. Okay,
No.
Visalakshi,
Okay.
you are
Okay,
also.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, what is your background? Okay, Abraham and Tommy, I think you have Patel also. I guess you have. You can create the project. If you have any issues, yes, you can share the screen. Okay, now you can do it. I'm giving 10 minutes of time for you. Okay, well, Ariva, just can you please give me by that time you can give your what is your background and what technology you know it and why you are into Mule. Just I want to know it.
Yes, madam. Actually, I have 11 plus years experience in IT industry, especially in mainframe technology,
Okay, okay,
and full and full in development and enhancement projects when I involved in banking sectors.
okay, okay.
And yes, then I'll add and move of this market is boom, some models boom, so I am planning to switch over my platform. So that is the
Yeah,
reason.
it's a good idea. No issues. I'm telling from basics, so no issues. It will be like interactive sessions only. Always we'll be discussing interview stuff, all those. Even though you have 11-year experience, we can climb like only 3 years you can have in. That is not. It is only 11, right? That is not a problem. We can change the profile easily. If it is beyond 15, it becomes difficult again.
Thank you.
Yeah. How about Visalakshi? How about your thing?
How do I share a screen?
Abraham, are you asking? Tommy,
yeah.
I will give you the presenter, right? I'm giving the presenter, right? You are you are able to do it, right? Or you are facing any issue? Try to create only one flow. Don't create 3-4 flows, okay? It creates problem. Keep one listener, keep the connection, keep the set payload.
Did you see my screen?
No, not yet. Other people who are interested can stay or you can leave. Not a problem, okay? The class was, it was completed. Only these people want to do the first project, so that is the reason I kept, okay? Why? Because newcomers may not have the tool, right? So, yeah. My sincere request is take the previous video, just go through it. If any doubts, ask me in the next class, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'll do it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Chalo. I'm not able to see, Tommy. I can see your video. That's all.
I can't share my screen. I don't know how.
Share this. I have given the right? I have given you the right. Only you have to screen will be there. See, share screen in the GoToMeeting only. You can see the icon screen. Just click on that.
At the bottom, you did that. It didn't show up.
I tried, but it doesn't open the system reference. What does that mean?
Audio, are you connecting from mobile or in the system only you are connecting, if I am correct, right? Try to click on that, then you will get a share option. I think you got one. Click on organizer. Automatically your screen will appear.
It didn't work to me. Hello.
Abraham, otherwise you will try to share.
I can try to share if you give me the presenter. Can you guys see my screen? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we are able to see. Tommy, you are able to see, right?
Yes, I can see now.
It is Abraham's thing. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing, I don't know why this screen kind of like came upside down.
Okay, so wait. When this kind of stuff occurs, I told you in the first class what to do. If you are confusing, then what you have to do? In the first session, I told you. Go to Windows. If it is here and there, what you can do is simply go to Windows, a window tab. Oh, it got stuck, I guess.
Here at the bottom, right?
No, not with that window. Top. Any point studio top. Beside, window is there. Now after run, you can see window.
Oh, this guy right here. Oh, yeah. There was perspective. And then,
perspective. If you have, yes. Perspective, reset perspective. That's all. You will get back. Reset. That's all. Now you got it, na?
Yeah, I think I created.
You have created.
How many
Perfect.
flows? 3 flows, and then trying to run it make it fail. But here, right at the bottom, it only shows one of the flows. It's because I'm clicking on one. Like
yes. You can run it, and you have to download Postman, I guess. After downloading, just test it, then it is fine. So Tommy, I think it is a problem from your. Try from your end. Try to execute. Try to write, and try to create a flow.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I run this, it's gonna fail. Let's say save this guy. It's gonna go through the process. I think because
don't create these many flows here. First, you create only one.
How do you delete them? I right click on it and
right click on the flow and delete it. Or you are running the server again. Okay, fine. Just click on flow.
Here?
No. On flow. For example,
yeah, it's
which one? Click on flow. Right click. Delete. It will go. Right, like that to remove all the unwanted flows.
Yeah, then delete this one. Okay, let's just run this flow. Yeah. There's only one flow now.
Yes, console. Then do you have Postman?
No, I didn't download it yet.
Okay, that you have to download it. Okay.
Oh, I have to download Postman before running it.
Otherwise, from browser also we can test, but the tool should be there, na, for testing.
Yeah, for sure.
How about Tommy? I will try to share you once again. I will make you the presenter. I think Abraham is on right track. How about you? I'll check. I give you on the presenter, right? Try to share once again. If at all we can see your screen. Some problem in your system here. Others can share it, na?
I can't share. I tried, but I don't know. Can't share. Open system preference. What does that mean?
Open
system reference. Do I have to close and join again?
Join again. Otherwise, again you do that. And one more thing. Again, we will have session on Monday. Okay. Weekend. Last weekend also we have classes, right? This weekend I am giving a break. Next from Monday again the continuous classes will be there. Okay.
Madam, sorry to interrupt you, madam. This is Sari.
Yes.
Madam, do you need to test the services only through the third party? Some other tools are here itself, itself. Can we test it, the services?
No. Separate tools definitely we have to have. Why? Because from the browser also we can test, but few things will not work. Why? Because see, if you see the Postman, what all the for REST services, what all things are required, all the stuff will be there. So definitely it is very easy to have a tool for testing. Okay. Even from browser also I can test. In real time definitely it requires. Yes.
Okay. And one more thing, madam. Yes, ma'am. Proceed.
Why? Because our input can be anything. Now, sometimes it will be raw, sometimes it will be text, sometimes it will be XML. So that inputs also we have to we see now simply I'm just displaying the static message. But tomorrow the request payload also I have to give and I have to test it, right? For that the tool should support. So Postman is the best tool for testing.
And yes, ma'am. And one more thing, and no queries, ma'am. So suppose the source files we set some size we have to mention, especially the size, that what are the properties?
That is at flow
Flow
level.
size.
Flow level.
Yeah,
At
flow
flow
level
level.
size. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
flow level.
At
And
flow
in
level, we will
case
be
it
mentioning,
is
not at postman level. Not here. We will not mention anything. Just we will hit the URL. We will provide the input. That's all. Whatever
yes,
it has to
in,
take care, the our flow in our flow only we have to set it.
yes, yes. So the flow level we are specifying the data size.
Yeah.
No? In case input size is there, you're sending more size, and we are specifying that small size like data level. No, that will it abund or sorry, will it
It will
process it
abund. It
or
will abund. It will not process. Definitely. See,
the
when we kept
exact
one
size only?
restriction,
No.
not exact size, rough request will be there. Na? The business people will be knowing it, right? See, if it is only customer data, obviously it is in KBs only. They will not send any PDFs, right? So that is a great thing. We know like how much we will get. It will be always like 5, 12 less only, right?
The maximum size like that you can understand. Like maximum
10
size.
GB maximum, as far as 10 GB till 10 GB we can, not more than that, as far as I
Oh
know.
yes, ma'am. Understood. But what I'm asking is, suppose if you specify that 1 GB data in the input, like source flows, we specify 1 GB data. If they are sending
Hmm.
1.1 GB data, you can expect now. They said like 1 GB data. Then after that, they said if they send 1.1 GB data, it means second job will it happen? No? I mean, job will not process. No, here. I mean,
In that mode we'll have like streaming strategy is there, na? Streaming we will keep,
oh,
so that
okay,
streaming
okay,
like stream byte by byte we can, so that
and
streaming yeah.
yes, yes, yes. And one more thing is, in case if you are flows, you know, if you are getting data from different like systems, like one mainframe, one database, and some other web server, something whatever it is. In
No,
case any one
one
of that,
flow, no, one flow accepts only one source. That's all. One source system. Multiple sources means
yes,
different flows we have to create.
yeah, different flows actually, but in
At
that
a
one
time, two
project,
sources
different.
we cannot pull. At a time, two source points we cannot do in one flow. That
Yes,
feature is there.
different.
That feature is available in Oracle product, but not here.
Okay, okay, it's different flows. For if you run that one the entire project, some for entire project, you go and run the entire project, one flows the files means others have to it has to wait for
To complete,
yes,
yes.
wait for complete, or will it process separately in
We
case?
can reschedule it. No. For that kind of requirement, we can schedule the processes. Na? Time specific, we can
Oh,
schedule it every 5 minutes
oh,
like that.
okay, okay,
Same
okay.
time, we will
Thank
keep
you.
for both the flows. That's enough, na?
Okay, okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Did anyone
Hey,
deploy?
Tommy.
Did anyone deploy? Can you share the screen? My project's failed. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I will make the presenter. I think he has joined. I'll make him a presenter. We will see. Otherwise, we will close. Okay. I think Tommy is facing some issue from system, and if he restarts, I think it will work. Restart the system. He's facing some issue here.
Yeah.
Tommy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Now we got a request.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't share my screen. I don't know why. And did anyone deployed? The status failed to me.
I'm giving the organizer right. Try this. Try to take. Abraham is okay. He is able to share it.
Did he deploy?
What, Tommy? Deployment. Abraham, have you done it? I think he's still doing some. Okay, I will make him the presenter.
The postman, but I didn't test.
I think it says deployed.
I made you the presenter.
Can you guys see the
You
screen?
deployed it. Yeah, postman, have you opened? Open the postman. I deployed. You are deployed successfully. Open it. Get method. HTTP. Give that URL. HTTP : whatever we have given that test connection. HTTP :
No, what was the name of the?
Okay, I will ping you on chat. Wait. HTTP. In HTTP listener you have given, na? Shall I go colon?
Colon?
2 backslash colon 2 dots colon 2 backslashes localhost HOST colon again 8081
8081
slash. What is the separator you have given? Slash. In the listener you might have given some separator, right? What is that separator? Go to click on listener. Yes. You have given greet, right? Yeah. Give that greet. G-R-E-E-T. G-R-E-E-T. Click on send. Have you set any payload in the set payload? I think you have not kept anything.
I think there is a payload here.
Remove that payload. Remove that FX. Disable that FX. FX.
Disable it? Okay.
Yes. Disable. Remove that payload. Write some welcome to me like that. Remove that payload.
Remove it?
No. Display name, just keep the same thing. Display name, no. Display name, okay, keep some name. I think it went off. Keep some data, something you keep. Enough. It is only a name. Leave it. FX value is there, na? That value you change it to welcome.
What, the FX?
Yeah. Just remove. Just to keep some normal message.
Welcome.
Now you go to console. Wait. Console tab. Enable console tab. Okay. Go to the top. Save it. Go to the top. Save button is there, na? Yeah. Just save it. What happens is like our server is running. When we make any change, automatically from there it gets saved. So we don't need to redeploy once again. We can update the jar. That's all. It is updating. Wait for 2 minutes. It is updating the jar. We have to see like started. Come down.
It's at the bottom.
Bottom. Is it running?
I think it's a warning message. Something. It's warning.
No. It is not a warning. Warn message is there. Okay, you do one thing. You stop the server. You will come to know how to stop the server as well. Here, red button is there, na? At the bottom. Red button. Not at the bottom. No. Red icon. Red square box. After problems. At the bottom only you have it, right? Here.
I don't see
left
it.
Side. No. Don't go there. Bottom. Come to the last pane. Set payload is there. Console is there. Yes. Stop it. Again, run your service, run your project. Right click, run. Once again, it will run. No. Don't click on flow. Don't click on flow. Only that in the project space, just run it. Right click. I think it is running. Run it. Run project for morning one. It is running. Yes, it is running. We have to see the message deployed.
The status says it's deployed.
Test it.
Forward that again.
Test it. Open the Postman.
Open the Postman. Yeah, sure. And it's the same thing, right?
Give a hit. Send. Give a hit. You can see welcome, right?
It shows welcome.
Okay. I think now you got one idea.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, Tommy. You also try from your end. I think it is purely your system problem for sharing. I think after restarting your system, might it work? Okay. Okay, guys. Again, we will see you on Monday. Okay. Tomorrow is tomorrow and after tomorrow.
Okay. Friday, Saturday, Sunday we're off.
No. Friday. I think tomorrow is Saturday for us. Day after tomorrow, Sunday. I think for you, again, Sunday morning will be the class. Sunday evening.
After tomorrow.
Sunday evening, you will have a class. Your Sunday evening. Okay?
Okay.
Your Sunday evening, the class will be there. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
The people who are from India, for them it is Monday morning. Okay? Yeah. Okay, guys. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Try to do flows. Try to keep some different messages. Okay? And try to see and make yourself warm up so that From next week again, it will be like continuous, and so many examples we will be doing. Okay. Yeah.
Bye.
It is not one flow. Many things we will do.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Chalo. Bye everyone. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. Yeah.
You too.
Sunday morning, Abraham
Thank you.
for you. Okay. I think I don't know about other regions people. For IST people, it is Monday morning. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Same timings. Yeah.